Welcome to Black and Red Talks, your daily dose of AC Milan news. Following a tough third consecutive loss, this time to Lazio at San Siro, AC Milan made a decisive move. Zlatan Ibrahimovic and Moncada headed to the locker room to show support and trust in coach Sergio Conceicao. Despite the rough patch, Conceicao stays on as Milan aims for a spot in Europe, with the upcoming match against Lecce next Saturday. Gerry Cardinale, the chief of Redbird and AC Milan's owner, has to pick a new sporting director by March, according to Gazzetta dello Sport. It's down to two contenders, Fabio Paratici and Igli Tare. Tare, formerly of Lazio, is currently the favorite, as Berta opted for the Premier League's Arsenal. Gerry Cardinale, head of Redbird and AC Milan's top guy, is on the clock to pick a new sporting director by March, according to Gazzetta dello Sport. It's down to two contenders, Fabio Paratici and Igli Tare, with Tare, the Albanian ex-Lazio director, leading the race. Berta was in talks but opted for a move to Arsenal in the Premier League instead. AC Milan is abuzz with speculation about Sergio Conceicao's future as head coach. The club is keeping him on for now, but there's intense internal debate. If things don't improve, Tassotti might step up. The coming hours are crucial for Conceicao's fate. Stay tuned. Exciting revelations from Repubblica about the tension between AC Milan CEO Furlani and Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Furlani, fresh off a ski vacation, hinted at a power struggle, admitting, "All decisions go through me." Meanwhile, Ibrahimovic acts with full authority. Just before AC Milan faced Lazio, Giorgio Furlani expressed his disappointment about the season so far. Despite winning the Supercoppa, he believes the team's performance hasn't met expectations. He emphasized the importance of finishing the season with pride. Following AC Milan's 1-2 loss to Lazio, here's the updated series standings. Inter leads with 58 points, Napoli trails with 57, and Atalanta holds third with 55. Milan has slipped to ninth with 41 points. It's a tight race as competition heats up in the league. Following AC Milan's tough 2-1 loss to Lazio, defender Pavlovic took to Platform X to directly address the fans. He apologized for the red card incident that left the team a man down with 20 minutes left and expressed gratitude for their unwavering support. Milan fell to Lazio 1-2, severely jeopardizing their chase for a top 4 finish. Theo Hernandez, again, was a major disappointment and faced rare boos from the usually supportive San Siro crowd. The situation is getting really tough as pressure mounts on the French fullback. Following Milan's narrow 1-2 defeat to Lazio, reports suggest discussions are underway regarding the future of the coaching position on via Aldo Rossi. Should there be a departure, Mauro Tassotti is being considered a frontrunner to step up, bringing his expertise from the Milan Futuro staff. After AC Milan's 1-2 match against Lazio, Zlatan Ibrahimovic headed to the locker room for a direct conversation with the team. Despite 3 straight losses, he expressed his strong support for Sergio Conceicao. With an upcoming match against Lecce this Saturday, a win is anticipated by everyone. Gerry Cardinale is set to visit Milanello soon to discuss the future of Sergio Conceicao, with possible interim options already contacting Mauro Tassotti. Additionally, the club's sporting direction is being debated, with Tare and Paratici as top contenders. Key market issues like Maignan, Theo Hernandez, and Leo are also on the agenda. Sergio Conceicao's future is uncertain, with his departure in June looking likely. Meanwhile, AC Milan might be considering former Barcelona coach Xavi, according to TatoFijaces.com. He's also rumored to be a potential candidate for Juventus after Thiago Motta. Stay tuned. Gerry Cardinale is set to visit Milanello soon for a crucial meeting that could determine the future of Sergio Conceicao, with Mauro Tassotti potentially stepping in as interim coach. They're also eyeing Tare and Paratici for the sporting director role. Maignan, Theo Hernandez, and Leao's situations will be key market topics. Gerry Cardinale, the head honcho at Redbird and AC Milan's owner, is set to visit Milanello soon. He's expected to discuss the future of Conceicao and the sporting direction, while also addressing situations involving Maignan, Theo, and Joao. Renowned transfer expert Fabrizio Romano reports that AC Milan is unlikely to keep Joao Felix come June. The club feels the Joao Felix situation hasn't met expectations, and negotiating with Chelsea isn't on Milan's agenda. Exciting update from Milan. According to Daniele Longo, Tare is emerging as a strong contender for the new sporting director position. With Ibrahimovic backing him and Moncada supporting this move, their potential partnership could mirror the successful Auxilio-Baxin duo at Inter. Stunning news from France about Zlatan Ibrahimovic's future at AC Milan next season. IBR's support has waned recently, with some directors blaming him for a delayed response to crises. His catastrophic handling of Milan Futuro has also faced criticism. The coming weeks will be crucial for AC Milan's reorganization. Reports are in from London. Ex-Juve exec Fabio Paratici met with Zlatan Ibrahimovic and AC Milan's owner Gerry Cardinale. Paratici's open to leading Milan's sports division, but wants full control, choice of staff, and zero interference. If appointed, this might reduce Moncada's current role. Reijnders, the Dutch midfielder crucial to AC Milan under both Paulo Fonseca and Sergio Conceicao, has just arrived at the club's headquarters to extend his contract. Initially set to expire in June 2028, it's now extended to 2029, with an option for 2030. He's getting a pay bump from €1.7 million to €3.5 million, plus bonuses. Exciting updates from Milan as Igli Tare is on the verge of becoming our new sporting director. Formerly with Lazio, Tare is now the top contender over Berta and Paratici after key talks in London with Cardinale and Ibrahimovic. If finalized, he'll work closely with Moncada, highlighting their strong bond. Stay tuned for the official confirmation. Fabrizio Romano, the transfer market guru, shares that AC Milan is unlikely to keep Joao Felix come June. The vibe within the club suggests it's going to be tough to continue with him. Things didn't pan out as expected, and dealing with Chelsea isn't on Milan's to-do list. On DAZN's Open VAR, former referee Mauro Tonellini clarified the hotly debated incident from Bologna versus Milan. Castro's crucial goal, set up by Fabian, sparked controversy. Tonellini explained that Fabian's hand position was natural and the ball hitting his wrist wasn't an infraction. AC Milan's recent 2-1 loss to Torino was a blow, dashing hopes of climbing to 6th, past Fiorentina, in the Serie A standings. This setback complicates the Rossoneri's ambitions of a Champions League return, as Milan faces fierce competition from Bologna, Fiorentina, and Lazio. Home performance at San Siro is solid, with 6 wins, 6 draws, and only 1 defeat from 13 matches. But away form lags, with 5 losses out of 12. Key players Reijnders, Pulisic, and Joao, with a combined 19 goals, need to shine in these crucial weeks. As AC Milan gears for a tough schedule, including giants like Inter and Atalanta, they also face a thrilling Coppa Italia semifinal with potential matchups against fierce rivals, continuing this action-packed season. Meanwhile, Serie B is heating up as Sassuolo dominates offensively with 58 goals, and Pisa dreams of a Serie A comeback, debuting Gigi Buffon's son up front in their campaign. In the dying moments of the match between Milan and Lazio, Maignan's tackle on Isaacson was deemed a penalty after VAR review. In the 98th minute, Pedro capitalized, making it 1-2. This marks the latest goal conceded by AC Milan in Serie A over the past 20 seasons, says Opta. After the protests during Milan versus Lazio, Curva took to Instagram, criticizing the American ownership. Their post targets recent jersey designs, accusing them of disrespecting Milan's rich traditions and history, calling these designs abominations from the U.S. management. Gianni Reijnders has sealed his future with AC Milan, extending his contract until 2030. The club is locking in one of Serie A's brightest talents. With 90 appearances and 16 goals for the Rossoneri so far, the Dutch star is set to continue shining in Milan's midfield. AC Milan is buzzing with potential roster changes as summer approaches. Players like Jovic, Chukwuz, Terracciano, and Florenzi might be on their way out. Demori and Emerson Royal could have already departed but stuck around. Theo may be nearing the end of his Milan journey. Meanwhile, we're expecting returns from players like Abraham, Joao Felix, and Alexis Sailmakers, adding extra heat to an already sizzling summer. AC Milan has announced that Gianni Reijnders has extended his contract with the club until June 30th, 2030. This is fantastic news for Rossoneri fans, especially after their third consecutive Serie A loss against Lazio. Expect more TJ magic soon. #Sempre Milan. Exciting times at AC Milan. Rumors swirl as Gerry Cardinale is set to shake up the management team soon. The club might reintroduce a sporting director, missed since Maldini and Massara left. Ibrahimovic isn't in doubt, but names like Tare and Paratici, with ties to Lazio and Juventus, are in the mix for the role. Stay tuned. Gerry Cardinale, the head of Redbird and owner of AC Milan, seems to have chosen a new sporting director. Reports suggest that Fabio Paratici met with Milan representatives in London. As things progress, Paratici is poised to accept the role at this prestigious and ambitious club. Gerry Cardinale is said to visit Milanello soon for critical discussions. The agenda includes Sergio Conceicao's future and the strategic direction of Milan sports management. Tare and Paratici are frontrunners for the sporting director role. Key market discussions will also cover Maignan, Theo Hernandez, and Leao. Fabrizio Romano, the transfer market expert, reports that AC Milan is unlikely to keep Joao Felix come June. Things didn't pan out with Felix as expected, and Milan isn't planning on negotiating with Chelsea to extend his stay. Santi Gimenez has already shown his love for AC Milan with a heartfelt social media post just moments ago. Despite the tough loss against Lazio, his words resonated deeply with fans, signaling his strong commitment to the club moving forward. Transfer expert Matteo Moretto has revealed intriguing details about Gianni Reijnders' contract extension with AC Milan. The Dutch midfielder's deal, running until 2030, surprisingly lacks a release clause. He'll earn €3.5 million net plus bonuses. This could be significant later on. According to Gianluca Di Marzio, Igli is on the verge of becoming AC Milan's new sporting director. The former Lazio executive leads the race over Berta and Paratici, especially after discussions in London with Cardinale and Ibrahimovic. If finalized, he'll work alongside Moncada, thanks to their strong rapport. According to Tare Sport, AC Milan is keen to stick with Sergio Conceicao as head coach until season's end, assessing his performance in both the league and Coppa Italia. However, if the situation worsens, Mauro Tassotti, part of Massimo Otto's Milan Futuro staff, may step in as interim coach. In 2007, a banner proclaimed, "After Istanbul, there's Athens," marking a moment of joy for Milan fans. Fast forward 19 years, and we're talking Istanbul again, but this time for the Europa League. In 2026, the Besiktas Stadium in Istanbul will host the Europa League final. Should AC Milan find themselves in this competition, given their current Serie A standing, they might face an emotional return to a city where legendary football history unfolded. Important update from Relevo and market expert Matteo Moretto on AC Milan's upcoming summer transfers. If Milan misses out on the next Champions League, no top player will be untouchable. Interesting offers will be considered. Crucial months ahead for the club. Gianni Reijnders has officially extended his contract with AC Milan. Exciting news for Rossoneri fans. Reijnders shared his enthusiasm on social media, expressing gratitude for staying with this exceptional club and his eagerness for the journey ahead. #Simpremelin. AC Milan considered signing a defensive midfielder in January to allow Fofana and Reijnders to play in more natural roles. Ultimately, they decided against it. Fofana adapted and stepped into the defensive midfield role, showcasing his versatility. AC Milan slipped to 9th place in Serie A after a 2-1 loss to Lazio, while Juventus soared with a win over Verona. Here's how the standings look. Inter leads with 58 points, followed by Napoli, Atalanta, and Juventus. Milan sits with 41 points, trailing Fiorentina and Roma. It's a tight race. Ready for the Milan-Inter showdown in the Coppa Italia semifinals? Tickets are open for grabs. Head over to booking.acmilan.com or stop by Casa Milan's ticket office or the flagship store in Via Dante. Season ticket holders can snag up to 4 tickets with special prices from March 4 to March 6. One Club CRN card holders are up next on March 5 and March 6. Again, 4 tickets per person, exclusive rates. CRN card holders get their chance from March 7 to March 9. Public sale kicks off on March 10 until sold out. Note, no name changes on tickets this time. Prices start at €39 for members and €44 for general sales. Want a premium experience? Club 1899 packages are available now. Treat yourself or your business partners to the ultimate game day with top-tier seating and gourmet hospitality at San Siro. Don't miss out.